Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we're here with your November monthly reading. Today we'll be doing a Celtic cross style spread, and then at the end we'll pull an oracle card for the Sagittarian collective. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. If you're interested in more context and texture, be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node readings. You can also look at the description below for links to booking a personal reading with me, and also links to social media, donations, etc. Okay, we're also celebrating Scorpio season right before your season, Saggy, so happy birthday to all of our Scorpios out there. Okay, let's get started. I've got some really cool cards we're going to be using today. The first set is from the Hyde Tarot by Dan Francis. It's a black and white deck, really cool, so I'll be showing you some of the images. All right, Saggy, you're dealing with maybe kind of a burden right now, a little bit of a load with this Ten of Wands. This is represented by the beetle. Now, the sense that I get from the beetle itself, it's representing your strength in the situation, your ability to carry 2, 3, 4, 5 times your weight and be able to move through things still without really being burdened by it. So you might be carrying a lot on your plate right now, but you have the inner strength, you have the fortitude to be able to do that. Some of you may actually be passionate about working out and lifting weights, and you may have just experienced like being able to lift more, or you've gone up, done more reps, something like that. The energy challenging you actually is the spell, the Ten of Cups. So maybe not feeling super great about a relationship, a love relationship close to you, or maybe not feeling super great about the way things are lining up in your home environment. Seems like you and your physical body, you're feeling pretty good about that, but something to do with emotions and love is challenging you at this time. Your area of focus is the anemone, the Three of Swords here. So I'm wondering if there is something painful that has happened for you or someone close to you, or something that disrupted your home environment, or your inner world. Your inner world feels like it was emotionally rocked a little bit, and there may be some pain that you're having to deal with. It could be you deciding to work with some pain that's been lingering for a while. In this particular case, I don't get that the pain is physical. It feels more emotional, but with you improving your physical abilities, I think that this emotional need to heal has come up. And of course, when I start your reading, there's the mowers. Let me shut this window here. Okay, Saggy, sorry for the disruption. You may hear a little bit of lawn mowing in the background. I closed one of the windows that would cause the most noise, but it's that day and it's that time for mowing. So in your past, you get the shell, the Knight of Wands, which is really interesting that you have that kind of strength against your burdens card with the Ten of Wands in your current energy. So because that may have triggered something emotionally in you, I'm wondering if it doesn't have to do with someone that you opened up to in the past and you got hurt. And so you're carrying some of the wounding still, emotionally speaking, to do with that. It's somebody that you would have opened to, you would have trusted, and you got hurt. Now, in the future position here, we have the Statue, the Death card, transformation, Scorpio energy. Not unusual for it to come up at this time or during this season, but the Statue indicates a bit of a sense of frozen in time, and that's kind of what it feels like for you, Saggy, like something is frozen in time. So I'm gonna probably make that the title of your video. Something emotionally has been frozen in time for you. In your place of empowerment, however, your place of embodied empowerment is the Hierophant. I love this energy. Again, it gives me a transformational energy again with the skull here. and there are 7 stars above the skull. And I think this is your ability to stand in the face of your pain and stand in the face of your shadows and reclaim whatever authority, inner authority, that you feel was maybe taken from you in this circumstance or with this person. Now, when we look at the allies and support, you get the angel, the star. This could be one of your hopes or desires coming to fruition, Saggy, and you're feeling really good about it. The star is that kind of energy that we wish upon. It could also be your manifesting capabilities and your ability to work through this emotional energy of pain. So it's looking good. It's looking like you're supporting yourself and you have support, but we will get clarifiers. In the position of your environment, you have the clover, the wheel of fortune. Things are changing. I have the sense that things are changing and affecting your home life, because we do have that spell as the challenge. You know, it seems like your physical body, your home life, your emotions, like there's decisions needing to be made, and it's a lot. It's a lot for you at this time emotionally because of maybe the pressure, the decisions, or maybe you have a short time frame to deal with something. So you're, you know, that could contribute to kind of feeling frozen in the moment, like, oh gosh, I got to deal with this and I got to deal with it right now. In your hopes and fears, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and in this particular deck, it's called the Disguise. You really want to be able to be yourself. You really want to be able to show your authenticity, and there is some fear around that. It's not that you haven't already done it. It's that maybe some of the more personal things that you've been going through is something you want to share with your community or your work. You could be a healer or a spiritual, you have a spiritual practice where you really want to be authentic, but you're also really hoping to take your time with that. So it may not be the right time for you yet to just share that, vulnerably speaking, with everyone. But it does feel like in this situation you are in a leadership role. You've been placed in a leadership role, or you've accepted that role. In the potential outcome, you got the love with the lovers, the glove and the love. I said the love, but it's the glove for the lovers card here, and I like it because it feels like the way something is going to turn out for you here, it's just going to fit. It's going to fit like a glove for you. And I like that sense too, because it feels like a more protective energy than the one in the past where you opened up and were possibly hurt. Okay, Saggy, let's look at the Beetle card, the 10 of Wands, and get some clarifiers on that. So something you've been strengthening, possibly to do with your physical body. You get the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Well, this is beautiful. Fire and water energies coming together, masculine and feminine energies coming together, the masculine presenting as the water, the feminine presenting as the fire. Saggy, someone may have their eye on you, and you may be receiving offers of love, or, you know, if you're in a relationship, your mate has planned a beautiful date night for you. There's definitely romance. There's definitely chivalry involved here, either you or the person you're connecting to. So honestly, this feels really good with these two knights. It feels really balanced. It feels like this person probably also is aligned with you, physically speaking, where there's attraction there. Perhaps the two of you both are very invested in caring for your physical body and your physical needs, or that's something that you inspire in one another. Let's look at this spell, this 10 of Cups. This is your challenge. Let's see, what is that all about? Definitely emotional energies. Yes, yes. So I honestly think the way you're, oh, my nose is just itching all of a sudden. The energies are moving for you, Saggy, and it got hot in here when I started your reading. You got the fire going. You got the 5 of Swords in the World card for the spell, the 10 of Cups. You're really working to avoid entering into relationships with the aspect of this is the exciting honeymoon phase. You kind of want to take it slower with the person that you're involved with, or this is what you're manifesting energetically. You want someone who's going to be more patient and not rushed, because you're really trying to put an end to maybe being, of course, it's beautiful to be romantic and chivalrous and, you know, really have these beautiful offerings coming towards you and where you're giving to another. But there's this energy with you of like, you don't want to be tricked again. You don't want the headache. You don't want to place everything about your excitement in the relationship just on the initial feel good. Or if a person, your partner, is coming towards you sometimes and it feels good and then sometimes and it doesn't feel good, you're really trying to see the whole playing field and kind of bring it into feeling conflicted about, is this real or is this just another ploy? Because it feels like in the past energies, maybe you were fooled or you were betrayed, or someone presented themselves one way and then behaved another way. And that really doesn't match with your energy, because you're really trying to present yourself authentically. So you may have some great lessons to learn from this past relationship where you opened up and got hurt. Let's look at the anemone here. The, whoa, Three of Swords in your needed focus area. Whew, popping out here. Two major arcana cards coming out for this Three of Swords, the anemone. Look, notice the petal falling down there. You got the Death and Rebirth card, which is the Death card in the traditional tarot. So more Scorpio energy there, and the High Priestess. So what's really beautiful here is that you have gained a position of inner wisdom within yourself that has a really strong foundation and a really strong resolve to it. And you understand that guarding your inner world is very important. And before you are willing to be vulnerable with someone, you have to make sure that that inner world will be protected by them as well. And so the High Priestess really comes in with the vision and the insight and the wisdom. And the Death card, which also in this is Death and Rebirth, you're understanding it to be a portal for yourself. And I really think whatever you've done physically, whether you've changed your diet, changed, you know, the way you exercise or something like that, that's really what has triggered all of this, because it is a heightening of the vibration. And it, at the moment, you may not feel 100% like things are moving. You, like I said, that frozen in time feeling, but you are in a cycle here, and there is rebirth on the other side of this. The physical part has come into alignment. Now it's about the emotional energies coming into alignment as well. Possibly a little bit of mental healing as well. That's always a part of it. But I really feel like whatever you are dealing with, it has emotional roots. Let's look at this shell in the past, this Knight of Wands, where you opened up. Yes, Saggy, you opened yourself up quite deeply and quite greatly, and you got hurt. You have a Three of Swords here, which is also your needed focus area. So there is a connection to a past relationship, and we have the Empress here, which is nurturing energy, which is opening energy, receiving energy. So something that you opened up to in the past, and I really sense that the words opening up mean something here for you. It hurt you. It hurt you, and it got your heart all pulled in different directions, and maybe led you into a place where you were just thinking, well, relationships aren't even worth it, or, you know, why bother? I can just go with my inner wisdom and my inner strength and be okay alone and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with being alone, but we also don't want to close off completely to possibilities and to the things we want to manifest, especially as Sagittarius, because you like movement, forward movement, focus and forward movement. And so you may have spent some time healing, or you may still be doing that right now, where you are working on healing up this pain. I don't feel like you're still in the situation that you opened up to and hurt you, where it hurt you. But the key is you had really opened up to it with trust and you got hurt. And that's why as you're opening up to these new physical dynamics within yourself, there's this trigger of like, uh-oh, we have this pain and these emotional energies in here that are going to need to transform as well, because it doesn't match the energy vibe going forward. There is a matter, 2 more major arcana cards, Saggy, for your future position with that death card, the moon and the judgment card. These are huge energies. You're going to close this out. There's going to be some shadow diving involved. You're going to have to go down deep. And there are deep emotional roots here. You can see the character is sinking under the water. There's deep emotional roots that you're going to be working through. But the judgment card here provides that level of freedom that I think you're really looking for, Saggy. I think it will really make you feel good. In the freedom, though, there's also this need for you to make sure that you achieve a comfortable and maybe even radical, which is weird, comfortable and radical, but those are the words I'm getting, state of forgiveness for yourself and anyone else involved in the situation. So maybe it's that you will feel more comfortable with what that was. The neutrality aspect will come in when you radically forgive yourself and them. This is big work, though, that you're doing, so I wouldn't be surprised if things for you feel a bit frozen during this November cycle. Let's look at the Hierophant up here in your place of power and embodiment. I like what I see here. Coming in with some earth energies, the 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Your ability to balance yourself out is really strong. I think you have done healing work in the past and you're probably very familiar with it. You're not a beginner in this type of situation, and I believe you have support. You have someone or a set of someones around you that actually are very good with supporting you and helping you create your vision through all the healing. Now this Page of Pentacles shows up in she's actually wearing like what looks to be almost like ice skates or rollerblades and balancing on that with the pentacle. I like that this is a slower energy. I like that this is encouraging you to be patient with yourself, because the more patient you are with yourself, the more embodied you actually feel, the more complete inside you feel. And from that place, you actually will speed up your healing process. Again, I feel like you have the tools and the people around you to know what to do, and you have that inner spiritual authority that's leading the way. It may feel a bit vulnerable at times, for sure, especially with the wounding that you're working on here, but it's good. It's good energy. For the star that you got in your allies and support, you got the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, remember I said there might be something affecting your home and your home environment here. Definitely that is the case, but there's also something very supportive. So I don't know, some of you may have the responsibility of children. You may be seriously considering the impact of your state of mind, state of emotion, state of being to do with your children. Or this is something you're really working on manifesting, and you're calling in this supportive energy, whether it be friendships, whether it be other people who are in healthy partnerships that you're working with. What's really cool about these 2 cards together is that you are really getting comfortable with understanding your place in relationships, how you thrive with this Queen here, how you thrive and at the same time feel relaxed, how you can allow things to come to you. She's kind of the court card that I would connect with the Empress. But I like that this is coming in not as the Empress right now, because the wounding goes deeper into those Empress energies into the Garden of Eden within you. So this beautiful queen here, she's patient, she's loving, she's kind, and it first starts with the self and then can extend to the environment. So you've got this around you. Keep looking for it. Keep looking for it. Keep having gratitude for it, observing it. If this is not, if you're like, what are you talking about? There's nothing in my environment. This is certainly something that you can call to and call in. Call it to you. You don't have to go get it. This is about drawing it in. In your position of your environment, speaking of where things are changing, we have the clover. Looky here. Yes, we've got the Star and the Seven of Pentacles. You're definitely wanting more nurturing energy. The Queen of Pentacles is also very nurturing. This could have to do with, some of you could have an elderly parent you're caring for or considering having them move in with you so you can nurture and care for them properly in their golden years. This could be having to do with your job, where you are maybe a nurse or a doctor or a naturopath, or you know, someone who really like works with people to assist them in healing themselves. And I think through that, through whatever your profession is, or it could just be a hobby that you have where you could be a gardener. Observing the change over time. With this Wheel of Fortune in the clover, and it being a very fortunate symbol, it's a 4-leaf clover, you're really calling in some nice energies. And if you haven't begun doing that, November is the month to do it. We have the Star here again. Call in the energies from your heart. And that's going to be part of this process that you're doing. Okay, let's look at your hopes and fears. The disguise, that Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the King of Swords. You're right now in your energy, you feel more confident in your mental energies. It's like everything I'm saying in your mind, you're like, yeah, I know that, I understand that. The fear that's coming in has to do with the emotional side of things with this Page of Cups. And up here we have a little flying pig. And it's kind of like this character, you, Saggy, is like, oh, well, I'll heal that when pigs fly. There's too much else going on. I know that needs work, but, you know, I'm afraid I don't have time for it. I'm afraid I don't have, you know, energy for it. I'm afraid, blah, 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 insert whatever it is. However, you actually do have the tools, and you do have the allies and support, or they will be there when you call them in. So just a matter of really being in tune with that, and that's what's going to help unfreeze you, truly. This is going to be an emotional unfreezing. The physical movement and energy and up-leveling that you're doing in your physical body and space is great, but it's really going to be the emotional healing that gets you there. And look at this amazing double Lovers energy here. So Lovers, to clarify the Lovers, fits like a glove. And the Nine of Cups. This is you with your heart extremely open, celebrating with the universe. So if this is a newer relationship, it has a hell of a lot of potential here. But you're being called to heal this frozen emotional state. You could even be the kind of person who your nervous system is responding in a freeze way. And so you really want to look at that. Pause and patience, that's fine. But when we're frozen, you know, and we can't move and can't navigate things, that's where it gets a little tough. If you have been stuck in more of a frozen position, do a little something to challenge yourself. You're a very adventurous sign. So getting out there and doing something a little different would really help. Okay, Saggy, let's pull a card for you from the Divine Animals Oracle. Sagittarius, you got the number 11 card, a master number, the deer. You are enough. You are worthy. Ethics are a part of building genuine personal power. Stand strong in the face of bullies or bullying emotional energy that you felt in the past. Hold your boundaries tenaciously. Be proud of what you have achieved, but humble in your outlook. Deer magic is all about personal power. When you feel powerless or small, imagine a stag with a crown of antlers standing by you, lending its presence and its strength. Deer energy is also great for healing a weak emotional body and for going on astral journeys. Very cool. So Sagittarius, this deer is your totem. And look at this beautiful image here. You really are able to carry so much, but it's also okay to let the heavier emotional energies go. I think you've learned a lot. I think you're doing a great job of healing, and I've really enjoyed doing this reading for you. The outlook is looking very positive. Thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time.